3, 2, 1, action. Hello everyone, this is James at the Martial Archive. I've had a request from a viewer to talk a bit about some laser discs. So I've got my laser disc collection out sitting here next to me, and I'm going to go through and talk a little bit about it. I'm going to try and keep it brief because I'm limited by computer space. Although my laser disc collection is not particularly huge, it's more than 50 discs, maybe as many as 100, I'm not sure, I haven't counted. I'm going to go through pretty much in the order that I got them and just show you what I've got. Now, around 1998, the end of 98, no, December 97 I turned 18, and then I went to Hong Kong. And at the time I went to Hong Kong, it was my first holiday abroad by myself. I filled up bags with anything and everything I could carry that was anything to do with Hong Kong movies and brought it home. And whilst I was there, I got my first laser discs. Didn't have a laser disc player, but I thought, alright. I also got more than 100 VCDs. Think about 120 VCDs and 6 laser discs. DVDs were just coming out at the time, and I saw DVDs there, but I actually didn't know what they were. And considering how crappy the early DVDs were, it's probably best that I didn't get any at the time. So whilst I was in Hong Kong in December 97, January 98, I picked up my first 6 laserdiscs. Big Bullet, still one of my favourite modern police films. I usually don't like the miserable sod Jordan Chan, but in this he was good. Lau Chun-wan. I love Lau Chun-wan. I don't love all of his films, but I love him. I think he's awesome. And in this, super awesome. Then we have How to Meet the Lucky Stars. Probably the worst of the Lucky Stars films, but still good to have. Heaven Can't Wait, with the aforementioned Jordan Chan, who I'm still not a big fan of, and Tony Leung Chiu-wai, who I like. I got it for Tony, because I like him. The film is a bit weird. Satan Returns 666. At this time the film was unavailable in England, I believe. It came out on video sometime later. I think the video came out after I got this, or else I wouldn't have gotten it. Undeclared War. Very underrated, underappreciated film. It's kinda cool. And White Lotus Cult. Once Upon a Time in China Part 2 with Jet Li is better, but White Lotus Cult has some good stuff, and I rather like it. So those were my first laser discs. Then sometime in 1998, there was a shop in Bristol where I live called Laser Vision, run by a man named Jason Skews. I still remember you, Skewsy. And he had DVD players, which at this time were quite expensive, but he also had a combined DVD and laserdisc player, which was like £700 at the time. And I got one so that I could watch laserdiscs as well, not realising quite how difficult lasers were to find and how few were available around England. But he did get a number of laserdiscs come through the shop, mainly second-hand ones, and that's where I got my next lot of stuff from. Some of this is American stuff. I'm just going to show it all. So, Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars, which was distributed by Media Asia, but in America it had Tai Seng stickers put all over it. And again, at this time, I believe this film was not easy to get in England. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly when everything came out. Johnny Mnemonic. It was there, the price was good, and I wanted to see it. I thought, well, I can get video or I can get laserdisc and use the player. So I started getting lasers instead of videos of some things just to use it. Jade. Surprisingly good film. It looks like sleazy sex crap, but it is actually quite a good film. Now, one of the better things that I got there, which cost me £40, I make no apologies for the dust. It's all been left on the shelf for a long time. I don't watch lasers very often. Selected Masterpieces of Jackie Chan Volume 2. Now, unfortunately, no English, which kinda sucks. But Wheels on Meals, Miracles, Operation Condor, aka Project Eagle, my favourite film, and Young Master, which is also high on my list of favourites. Beautiful presentation, and I have often thought about getting Volume 1 and Volume 3 of the series, but since I've got all of the films on DVD, wide sub, and Japanese, no English, I just haven't bothered with the other sets since, because there's no point. I see them come up for sale sometimes and they look pretty, but it's quite pointless to have. Sword of Vengeance, Lone Wolf and Cub. At this time in England you could only get Shogun Assassin, if that, second-hand copies before it was banned by the BBFC. So, that was good at the time. Sleepy Eyes of Death, Sword of Fire. This is still the only Sleepy Eyes of Death in the series that I have. I've got to get them all one day. I'm still waiting to find them. Super Cop. I don't like this version. I prefer the original Hong Kong Cop, but this just happened to come in the shop one day. Thought, why not? I'll get it. I didn't realise when I got it it was a different version. Shanghai Triad. Beautifully shot, incredibly boring. Like most Zhang Yimou films, like most Wong Kar-wai films. Artistically, awesome, but snooze-inducing. Royal Warriors, still like this film very much, Michelle Yeoh. This was a proper Tai-Seng release from America. Return of the Street Fighter. I paid £20 for it. At the time you could only get full screen English dub videos, and here was widescreen subtitled creamy goodness, imported from America. It was worth every penny. I watched this a number of times, it's still quite good. I like the original, part 1 more, but that's still some good fights in there. Maximum Risk, just because of who directed it. Although Van Damme's okay, but he's not great. Heart of the Dragon, I already had on video, but just happened to be there, and I thought, ooh, wide sub. Got the DVD later on when it came out. Got 2 DVDs of it now. First Strike, £10. Face Off, 2 disc. I like a good gatefold, it's always nice. Also have it on video and now on DVD as well. Enter the Dragon. At the time you couldn't get it uncut in England. This was uncut with chucks. If I'd known DVDs would come a few years later, I wouldn't have bothered. But that's life, that's the way it goes. Ice Storm, just because it's directed by Ang Lee. Hard Target, because it's directed by John Woo. £5. Bargain. And Broken Arrow, because it's directed by John Woo. Also £5. Bargain. So we got the few from Hong Kong, then we got the ones I got from the shop. Now, after a while, I stopped going to that shop because it was awkward to get to. DVDs started appearing and I could get them other places. And then other stuff started turning up on the internet. So I got various bits from the internet, and I'm not sure exactly in what order. I'm not sure when or where I got most of it. These turned up on the internet one day, supposedly autographed by Donnie Yen, and the price was quite good. I had to ship them from America, but they were quite cheap to start with, so it was like $25 for both discs all in, I think. Never watched them because it's a long series and this is only a few episodes, and I've been waiting to find the proper series and I've never gotten it. So you just got to do what you can now. Also from America, a shop had a load of Tai-Seng stuff. Well, they had a load of discs they were selling off, and they had a few Tai-Sengs, not a load, but a few. And I just got everything they had at the time. Afai the Dumb. Let's Go Slam Dunk. Quite a hard film to find these days. Never watched it, it doesn't look good. Lifeline. Actually a good film. And I think all real fire. There's no CGI fire. This was for real. It's like Backdraft, but Hong Kong and a better film. I like it very much. One of my favourite lasers I have, Triad Assassinator, aka Life is a Bet, starring Alexander Loret, and this guy, who looks like the guy from The Last Blood. I think it's him, I'm not sure. Need to check the names. But very good film. I like this a lot. Shaolin Popey 2, Messy Temple, not good. Secret Lover, I just threw in because it was there and it was cheap. Not good, quite boring. This one has no English name on it. I can't remember what it's called without looking. It's like Top something. No English. I don't know if I ever actually watched it. It's like Top Gun, kind of, but not as good from the look of it. Yes, Madame 5. It's a good one. Yeah, these actually came from somewhere else. Alright, so that's a Tai Seng stuff. Then I found a company in Germany that had some discs. This would be around 2003, I think. What else did I get from them? Oh yeah, I got a Shaw Brothers from them. Hold on. Now, this company in Germany was a bit expensive, but they had a few good bits. Dragon Fist. At the time, we could only get full-screen English dub video in England, and this was subtitled, but I don't think widescreen. Can't remember without checking. Cover's a bit messed up, but I really wanted it. Devil Fetus. I don't have the DVD that came out a few years ago. I've already got the Laserdisc. Although, I think someone said the Laserdisc is cut. I'm never sure about these things. Descendant of the Sun. Now, this must have been earlier than 2003, because I would have known that Shaw Brothers were being remastered. Alright, this was probably 2000-ish, before the Celestial Deal happened. Lantern. Stone Age Warriors. Good film. Quite enjoyed that one. I like Fan Sil Wong. So, I think I watched, I can't remember it at all. It's not a memorable film. Alright, so that brings us up to about 2000. Then, from about that time till I came to Thailand, I didn't really buy any more Laserdiscs. I see a lot of Laserdiscs come up for sale on the internet, but it's usually stuff that's also available on DVD, often films I already have another version of. And to ship Laserdiscs is very expensive because they're heavy. So I tend not to buy Laserdiscs unless it's something that I really want, something that I know is hard to get. So then in Thailand there's numerous bits and pieces that I've picked up. A lot of it actually American low budget action because they're not easy to come by. Alright. So, one night there was a guy who had a load of these, and I just got anything that looked actiony and good that I didn't know. They got Olivier Grunier, Automatic, Dolph Lundgren, Pentathlon, Brian Jenneth, Human Time Bomb. I've never watched these. I really should. My player's a bit iffy. It doesn't work very well, so it's a bit annoying. William Forsythe, Direct Hit. Virginia Madsen, Blue Tiger. Halle Berry, James Belushi, Race to the Sun. Oh, Race to the Sun. I love James Belushi. I'll watch anything with that guy. Christopher Lambert, Mary Van Peebles, Gunmen, which I think is actually quite easy to find now, but at the time, not so much. The Stupids with Tom Arnold. Double Blast. Who's in that? I don't know. Linda Blair, Dale Apollo Cook. As in Exorcist Linda Blair? Maybe. Mario Van Peebles, Full Eclipse. Jack Scalia, T-Force. Trancers 5, Sudden Death. For Life or Death. Oh, is that Richard Norton? Yeah, anything with Richard Norton, James Liu, Nancy Kwan, good cast. Gotta get that while it's there. Cyborg 2. Celtic Pride with Mr. Wyans and Danny Aykroyd. And that guy's pretty good too. Good stuff. James Belushi, Royce. I love this film. It's really good. I've since found it on DVD in Holland, so I have DVD as well. Another James Belushi, The Palermo Connection. Quite a good film. John Candy, James Belushi, Once Upon a Crime. This guy had a few James Belushis. I took my chance whilst they were there. Gary Daniels, Deadly Target, one of the PM Entertainment films. Actually quite good. I rather like that one. I have the Thai poster as well. So that's American stuff that I picked up in Thailand. Oh, I missed the England discs. Don't remember when and where I got these at all. There are about 12 Hong Kong films came out on Laserdisc in England. I got 5 of them. City on Fire. The Killer, of course. I have numerous different versions of The Killer. Heroic Trio. Quite a good film. Never opened that one. Black Cat. Good film. And Angels. They also did Angels 2. Have them all on video and DVD as well. But just because they were there and price was good at the time. Alright, a few things that I picked up in Thailand. Well, these two I got from England over the internet. China Dragon. Man Behind the Sun 3, Narrow Escape. Nastiness. Right, these 3 were found out and about in Thailand. King of the Kickboxers, good film. Keith Cook. Slickers vs. Killers. Quite a highly sought after film for the Samo fans. It's not easy to find. It's one of the rarest ones I have. Monkey Goes West, directed by Chang Cha after his Shaw Brothers days. One of the last films he made. I think the last but one. I'm not sure without checking. Right, now. A few more discs. 5 years ago, I went to Indonesia. And to get anything in Indonesia that's not a bootleg copy is incredibly hard. Everything there is bootleg DVDs now. But I did get lucky and I found one place that had some original Laserdiscs. I had to be a bit picky about what I got because I didn't have much money at the time and I had to carry it back on a plane. And the woman at the airport was quite pissed off when she saw how heavy my bag was. But I brought back whatever I thought I could get away with. So I got a few Indonesian films on laser. Maybe 20 came out there that I know of. I could only get 4 that were there. The guy at the shop said he had more at home, but the price was quite expensive and I didn't have enough money and I was already quite well stocked on the Hong Kong stuff. So here we got Bebas Acuran Main, some Indonesian comedy I've never watched. Akibat Terlalu Bebas, is kind of a sex comedy from the look of it. Gadis Metropolis, which is also kind of a sex film from the look of it. That's all it looks like there is. And I managed to find one of the good ones. Santet Ilmu Peleber Niawa with Susanna, Snake Queen. So I got those, and then I got numerous Hong Kong stuff that I picked up in Indonesia, and these were quite cheap. And there's quite a lot of them. About 30, I think. So, this appears to have no English name. It's no, not Moonlee. Sibel Hugh, number 13. It's like Assassin 13 or Bodyguard 13 or something, I can't remember. Never watched it, but it looks quite good. The Weakness of Man. Quite an oddity. The Story of Pei Li, Taiwan film. Run, which I also have on DVD from Malaysia now, and it's not a very good film. The Plot, Simon Yam. Never watched, but it looks good. It's a bit of a rare. Malevolent Mate. Very hard to come by. Lucky Dragon, starring David Lam and Sing Fuyon. Never watched, but it looks good. What is this? I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. There's no English name on there. Live and Die in Hong Kong with Ku Feng. Some of these are quite obscure. Killing Me Hardly. Her Fatal Ways 4. Oh, that's from the Tai Sang lot. That's in the wrong place. I'll move that. Hard to Kill, aka Interpol Connection. I like this film very much. Shot in the Philippines. I love the music. I can whistle it all day. Gunmen, but not the Kurt Wong gunmen that you know. It's a different gunman with Yuan Guang and Ken Lo Wei Guang. I haven't watched, but I should. It looks good. The Good, the Bad and the Bandit. Very good film. Kind of like Winners and Sinners. There's a guy who gets something that he doesn't know he's got, and the bad guys want to get it back. Where did that come from? Gambling Ghost, Samo. I think that was from... I can't remember where I got that. It's a long time ago. Freedom Run. Dragon Killer. There's a few films called Dragon Killer. It gets a bit confusing. This one has Conan Lee. I've never watched it. I really should. Firefox Killer with Lung Kar Yan. This is one of my rarest. Dragon Force. Some people have offered me quite a lot of money for it, but if I only have one, I have to keep it, and I only have one. Sorry, people. One of my favourite lasers I have, Dangerous Person with Chen Quan Tai. Quite a good film. I have it on video as well. Danger of the Wedding with Wu Man. Chicken and Duck Talk, Wee Brothers. Fun, fun, fun. Not their best film, but I quite enjoy it. Challenge to Devil Area. Cover's a bit mashed up, but not easy to find. Cageman. I was a bit annoyed to find after I got home that this is supposed to be a 2-disc and I only have one of the discs. They only put it on one side. So this is Cageman Part 2. I need Cageman Part 1. Such is life. These things happen sometimes. I didn't think to check. Bloody Mary Killer, Cynthia Rothrock, and Robin Shue. I blanked on his name for a moment there. Black Cat 2, The Assassination of President Yeltsin. Good film. I think this is the film that Mark Ackerstream died making. You remember Rumble in the Bronx? The American gang leader who fights with Jackie on top of the pool table. I believe that was Mark Ackerstream. And there was a stunt in this film where a boat blows up and some of the shrapnel hit him and he died. I think it was Mark Ackerstream. I'd have to check. Sad, but very good film. I quite enjoy. Black Cat 1. I know I already have it on English Laserdisc, but for the artwork. Bitter Taste of Blood. Angel Terminators 2. Good stuff. Action in Border. A Killing Order. This is like a low budget straight to video with Dick White. He made quite a number of them. Now, they also had a number of discs from a TV show starring Norman Choi Silk Kung from Shaw Brothers. So I have numerous episodes of Reincarnated 2, which later came out on DVD in Thailand, but Thai dub, no subtitles. And I never watched this because I'm missing part of it, and I want to get the full series if I'm going to bother. American film, Knights. I got this because it's directed by Albert Pyun, and he does some quite good stuff. One thing that did annoy me, the place in Indonesia had the cover for this film, which looks quite good. Japanese film I'd like to see, Revenge. But they didn't have the disc. And they had the disc of South Shaolin Master Part 2, but they didn't have the cover. So I got a cover without a disc and a disc without a cover. I said to the man in the shop, "Do you have this film?" "No." "Do you have this cover?" "No." "Well, let's just leave this disc in this cover for me to take it home." Okay. So that's how it ended up. Sometimes this happens, you just have to accept it and get what you can while it's there. Now, 4 last discs that I got in the last couple of years. The Rescue, featuring a guest appearance by Melvin Wong Kam Sun. I've been looking for this for a long time. I saw it on TV in England once years ago, and I can't remember it at all. I just knew that Melvin was in it. And it also features a familiar face. What's his name? I can't remember his name, but he's got a famous brother. Doesn't tell me on the back. Anyway. It finally turned up. Kevin Dillon. Yeah, he's related to Matt Dillon, I think. His brother or something. Anyway, this finally turned up, and I've been searching for it for years. It's not on DVD or video or VCD that I can find anywhere, and it's quite hard to get. It's not a great film, but it's fun. And then also got these two at the same place. Crocodile Hunter, good film. I also have DVD, but the price was right. And Better Tomorrow I got for the cover, because I've never seen this before. It's quite a nice cover, though it's a bit scuffed up. I've got numerous versions of this film. And the last one, a guy in China was looking for some stuff, and I had a video he wanted, and I swapped the video for a Laserdisc, but he sent the video by expensive post, so I had to reciprocate and send, he sent the disc by expensive post. I had to reciprocate and send him the video by expensive post, so this has turned out being one of the most expensive films in my collection. Combat at Heaven's Gate. I also have the American video from World Video, I think, released it, but it's a little bit wobbly, and I thought, well, the Laserdisc will probably be more stable, which it is. And this is a very obscure film. Very few people have ever heard of it, let alone seen it, but it's got some pretty decent action. If you ever get a chance, I recommend it. It's quite enjoyable. I rather liked it. So there's a quick walk through James' Laserdisc collection. If anyone has any Laserdiscs that they want to get rid of, please let me know. If you have something that's interesting, I'll consider it. I do want to get more lasers, but like I said, they're quite expensive to ship. Since I'm in Thailand, I have to ship from America, from Hong Kong, from England. I'm not in a country where Laserdiscs are particularly prevalent, and I just have to get what I see in front of me when it's there and carry it home. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please leave comments. Please share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you with another video soon. Goodbye everyone, and sorry for getting a bit confused in the middle there. I should have thought before I filmed. Anyway, have a good day. Bye for now.